Alright everybody, we are in the next game. We're actually going to start our match here between TeamLiquid and Euronics, the old Pushek team. We have currently Cursed Hollow as the map again, and TeamLiquid of course here with the first pick in the first ban. We are on Cursed Hollow, so we have, in terms to the picks at least, probably going to be a high priority on Falstad again, but when it comes to the bans, Kel'Thas and Tyrande are still our two most banned heroes, I'd say. We have Kel'Thas already banned out by TeamLiquid. Euronics is going to ban Tyrande, I suppose, unless they really focus on a ban on a hero like Abathur or even ETC. They banned Falstad out. Wow, okay, that's commitment right there. I've just been saying that Falstad is going to be one of the early picks, but apparently Euronics does not like him at all. You don't really see him banned all too often because there's still a Tyrande around, and apparently Euronics is really saying, you know what? We would rather go up against Tyrande than against Falstad. Not what I expected there, but hey, I'll take it because that Tyrande could be really sweet, and TeamLiquid is of course taking her right away. Euronics with ETC, Uther could go into Muradin. I mean, you really want to have a good front line. You have to look at it like this. These are the two picks that they have before we are going into the ban. So they have to secure some heroes that will be the backbone of the team's composition so that TeamLiquid can't ban anything away from them. So normally, oh, they go into a Jaina here. Okay, so that's already a bit out of the ordinary. Jaina has fallen off a lot after the scaling changes. She's not being picked as often anymore as she was before. She's still picked very much, by the way, in the Chinese scene. If you look at the Chinese scene, it's more that setup that we had in Europe a few weeks ago, where, or like even 2 months ago, where you had always one team going for Kel'Thas, the other team going for Jaina. That's pretty much still true for the Chinese scene. They have a bit of a different style of playing here. But we have in the Signs of Euronics now Jaina for the damage. I guess it's also like one of the attempts to take a bit of that burst damage away from Tyrande, but now we are going to see a Muradin for TeamLiquid. I would be absolutely so surprised to not see a Muradin here. Sonya and Uther are two other heroes that they could potentially try and lock down here, but I suppose that right now Muradin is more or less a must-have pick. If you have a Tyrande in there, you don't really want to drop that Muradin, at least I know I wouldn't. Then next to that, if you go for Sonya, she has a lot of single target damage as well that you can utilize. If you go for Uther, of course, then you have already a very nice healer there. If they don't go for Uther, they are probably going to ban him out because Euronics could still try and add the Divine Shield to help ETC out in those situations. If ETC gets a Mosh Pit off and Jaina gets a Blizzard in, that is of course a ton of damage that he can dish out. Muradin picked as expected. Tyrande stun, Muradin stun, the two of those combo together. Then a bit of damage behind that. Extremely powerful. And it's one of those old school sniper comps that just prevailed through several patches now. It is very, very powerful here. So for TeamLiquid at this point, we have them with their next pick. I could see a Sonya here, but there's a Tassadar to consider as well if you don't want to play Tyrande as the solo support, if you want to have a bit more sustain than that. There's, of course, other heroes that you could pick at this point as well. You could even go into a bit more damage if you wanted to. So TeamLiquid is not without options at this point. A Sonya would definitely be quite nice, but they go into that Tyrael first, and that is actually smart because it helps against that ETC Jaina. They could have gone into a Sonya if they really wanted to be all about, okay, we're going to go and jump in, we're going to put on the aggression, we're going to try and take them down, Muradin moves in, Sonya moves in, Tyrande with a stun, and then we're hammering a target into the ground. But if you're a bit afraid of that damage that can come from the ETC and Jaina combo, then the Tyrael is very nice for you. Also, he offers a shield, which is also very, very cool. That's pretty nice here as well. Euronics actually with a double ban on DPS heroes. And Uther, as I already said before, TeamLiquid would ban him out, and they did. So Euronics could go into, I suppose, a Zagara here. Zagara and Vala, with the bans that we have on the side of the Polish team, are probably the two heroes that they will try and fight over right now, the two teams here. Because Zagara in general in Cursed Hollow is great. They could play with an Abathur here, by the way, just saying. I mean, the copy on Jaina, that's definitely a threat. That's something that we oftentimes see. And on Cursed Hollow, Abathur is even banned out because it's a big map where with Abathur, you can get a lot of additional experience for your team. So they have quite a few ways of how they can branch out here. Go into that Abathur style, play just a little bit more standard. Charism, first of all, is going to be the healer here. With Uther banned out, they want to make sure that they lock down Charism. But still that chance to go into Abathur. We also have the opportunity of them to go into a Zagara or a Vala. Those would be, at least for me personally, the two heroes that I would think about when it comes to the additional damage for Euronics and also for TeamLiquid, by the way. So with Falstad and Reyna banned out, two of the best single target damage dealers in the game have been eliminated, thanks to Euronics. And they really start running down the time pool here. They're thinking about what they want to add to the setup. And they need a bit more damage. Sustain wouldn't hurt them too much either. It's really just that question, first of all, is it going to be Abathur, yes or no? Because that will this will force their hand, more or less. But if they don't go into an Abathur, they still have a couple of other things that they could do, as I said. And then we might see that Zagara. I like Zagara together with ETC or Jaina quite a lot because you can combo that more off with so many things if you get a good engagement. And even if you don't, it helps you with a disengage or just sectioning off a few of the heroes during the fight. Euronics already down to 10 seconds. Boys, you need to make a decision, and you need to make it soon because there's not much more time left for you. And okay, so decisions have been made. It's a Leoric overall. I could have seen Leoric as the last pick. I did not expect him to be picked now. TeamLiquid, is it going to be a Zagara and a Vala? I think 2 damage healers would be quite nice for them right now. Sylvanas is a hero that they actually play a lot, so I could see a Sylvanas in this case. It also offers them another opportunity to interrupt an ETC mosh pit. Next to a Sylvanas, they might want to run with a Vala or with a Zagara. I think those 3 heroes, any 2 out of the 3, would be very solid here. But we can still see others like Etasada. Also, I don't really think that a melee assassin is going to be played here for them. With the Tyrande as a solo support, not really. Sylvanas, as I said, good silence against ETC. Pushing power as well, has some damage. I would still, if I was them, probably add a bit more. And that's... I'm currently thinking about what I would use here. Zagara, Vala. I would definitely use one of the 2. But TeamLiquid had actually like very interesting drafts throughout the entire past few weeks, so it could be that they are just going for a bit of a pocket pick here in that game against Euronics. We are in the semi-final of the European qualifier for the Enter the Storm, so right now if you win this one, you will advance to the finals and also gather a lot of points there. You could actually see again TeamLiquid versus Fnatic in the finals. That would be nice. They go for Thrall. They actually do it. They go for melee assassin. I did not think they'd do it, because Tyrande as the solo support is usually not a hero that is just really strong enough to do that. I totally expected a Zagara to be picked or a Vala to be picked here, and I think that would have also been a very solid move. But Thrall, he benefited a lot from the scaling changes in the last patch. We've seen him actually quite a few times. I mean, today we've already seen him once, but over the last few days or 2 weeks, Thrall has been a constant pick, and it is the Abathur for Euronics. They go for Abathur, so they play him here in the end, and this is a pretty solid draft, right? I like that. That's pretty cool. Abathur has been committed to. TeamLiquid commits to a Thrall. Green Jesus is in play. I've actually been... he's pretty fun. He's pretty cool. And we're going to find out if TeamLiquid can make it happen, or if Euronics is going to advance to the finals. So guys, let's jump straight into the game on Cursed Hollow. Game on, everybody. We have our match ready on Cursed Hollow. TeamLiquid is facing Euronics. Euronics is the old Pushik team, in case that you haven't realized that they already joined an organization, which is pretty awesome for them. Very solid team. We've seen them for a long time in the European scene. It's pretty cool to have them here. We have to the left side of the map, first of all, TeamLiquid, of course, and they are playing this with Vortex on Muradin. We have Lucifron on Tyrael, Chris on Sylvanas, Lowell on Thrall, and we have Get Amherd on Tyrande. To the right side of the map, with an Abathur composition, we are seeing the Polish team with Overeem on Abathur, Juve on Leoric, Kreku on Jaina, Krolu on Karazim, and we have Gluehammer on ETC here today. So, pretty cool heroes, pretty nice draft. The fun thing is actually that Thrall, of course, especially throughout the World of Warcraft universe, is known as Green Jesus. But somebody mentioned just recently in a YouTube video that he should actually be called Green Moses, because this Sundering is literally splitting the opponent. So that was pretty fun. Oh, and talking Green Jesus or Green Moses, doesn't matter what you call him, but he is down. So this time the attack up at the top did not work out. We've been talking a lot about how you can actually just try and... Oh, Lucifron is also dying. Look at that. Euronics getting a double kill at the beginning of the game. Oftentimes, at the beginning of the match, we are seeing heroes trying to go for a tower when you have a Sylvanas in your midst. And apparently that's something that Pushek or Euronics have just been waiting for. And they utilized this as well. I mean, that was really well done. They just used it, capitalized on it, saw them up to the top, boom, down goes the first one. And now we're having this situation where suddenly TeamLiquid is behind. Now that's an interesting one. Also, I have to have serious words with Vortex. I mean, he went for the Pedo Muradin skin here. That little candy skin. It has nothing more that gives me the creeps to this one. I mean, this gives... Seriously, this is creeping me out. So I can always, like, hear him talking to Lily. Wanna have some candy, girl? Especially when he has that, like, pink tint. So, Blizzard, what have you done? And Vortex, why did you take it? There's so many good skins for that hero, but you had to do it, Vortex. You had to. Talents are actually pretty cool right now. We have a couple of very nice talent choices. Abathur, by the way, down to the bot lane, up against In this case, Lowell, and Bluehammer is helping him out here. But yeah, we want to talk a bit about the talents because we have some very interesting choices, especially when we're looking at that Tyrande. I wanted to talk about that a bit in the past already, and I want to mention it again. Empower is absolutely amazing because the cooldowns are instantly reduced by 2 seconds when you actually hit something, right? The cool thing about this is it does not only affect the ult cooldown. This is actually something that affects all of your cooldowns, which is absolutely awesome because Gerd is going to get so many cooldown reductions now on his especially healing if he goes for battle momentum as well. But even that Empower alone is already very powerful. So if you want to go for full heal Tyrande, this is definitely something that you can do. You go into Pierce, you go into Empower, you can go for the Ranger talent later on at level 16. The cool thing is you don't even have to. You can still go into the True Shot aura instead, and it's going to be great for your team. But having these talents is not only very annoying if your opponent is trying to channel a tribute, but it also gives you an opportunity to reduce the cooldowns over and over again to get more healing power on Tyrande and just be a very great utility support for your team. So this is a very sweet build, and if you are playing Tyrande in Hero League in Quick Match, it's one of the builds that you might want to copy. It's not the build that is like the most popular out there right now, but still. So for now, we have them starting to move in again. We already have Gerd here, lose it from there. They go for ETC. Gluehammer in a bit of trouble. And Kulu is actually starting to move in. Oh, and there Lowell goes down again. Thrall eliminated. They started to go for ETC, but the turnaround happens. The burst damage that we're seeing on Kreku here is just a bit too strong. That Jaina, not really the most popular hero anymore, but if you have that lockdown and get the Blizzard Waves in, you can do a lot with that. Gerd is doing a great job at making sure that he gets an opportunity to interrupt this a couple of times and delay it for as long as possible. But still, in the end, we have a tribute taken on the side of Euronics. It allowed Chris to push at the top, though. We have 3 kills against TeamLiquid, but we have still even experience, and we have the top wall already eliminated, and this Jaina has been doing work in the meantime. I mean, we're talking about a fort that is already on half health as well. So currently, TeamLiquid, they have to play this smart. They realized already that in full team fights here at the beginning of the game with their setup, they wouldn't be able to really do too much. But they're still doing a very solid job with the rest of the setup here. Pushing the lanes in with the help of Sylvanas, keeping the experience up. Level 7 is still hitting a bit faster for the opponent. And I like actually the choice on Abathar. Abathar decided to go into Pressurized Glance and Adrenal Overlord. So he goes for a melee assassin support build. They don't really have a melee assassin, but they have Leoric and ETC at the front line, and that's enough. But he decides for Mule on level 7, and that's awesome, because with the Sylvanas against you, you know that your structures are going to suffer, and he's just trying to heal those up again, and that already helps the one up at the top lane. So job well done here. Great talent to take, I like it. On level 7 now, it's Frostbitten after the Snowstorm. For Jaina, we have not only the Heart and Bones for Juve, but we also have him here with Austin's Renewal for the extra sustain. And now they're starting to go straight for the next tribute again. Abathar takes position at the bot lane. That's his whole job, of course. Trying to soak the experience down here while the fight is still ongoing to the top. And for level 7, we see a Thrall going straight on his Wind Shear talent. At the same time, Tyrande, as predicted, into the battle momentum. Massive cooldown reduction now on the heals. And that's definitely going to show later on. Tyrael also with it. And the kill against Leoric. This time, TeamLiquid, they get their stun combos off. They're able to utilize Tyrande the way that they intended. But Juve is going to be back in just a couple of seconds. ETC, on the other hand, if he dies, then he's going to be down for much, much longer. Krolo is dashing away. Chris secured the tribute in the meantime. And now TeamLiquid is moving away for now. Gerd is actually slowed by Juve and might fall here. Very likely to drop, and Vortex was trying to save him, and he's also eliminated. Job well done by Team Euronics. TeamLiquid actually just playing a bit too far out there. They are trying to save Gerd. Gerd went a bit too deep in this case. Did not really think that Leoric would be back this fast, I suppose. And that backfired, and he now just dropped. So a little bit unfortunate for TeamLiquid after they just secured themselves a tribute. But still, they have 2 more tributes at least. Chris is pushing these lanes back and trying to secure experience. But you can really tell that suddenly we have a bit of a moment here for TeamLiquid where they really have to rethink their strategy, because they are already a level down. Abathar has done a great job here. Uberim has played very well, soaking the experience at the bot lane, and now it's nearly an entire level lead, and that will lead into an earlier level 10 for the opponent. So with that level 10 that they are going to get here, we will definitely have an opportunity for them to make this work. Lowell and Chris already starting to move down to the bot lane again, and Chris is currently in a position where he can definitely put a few of those structures down together with Thrall. Of course, there's another tribute now. Nice interrupt by Lucifron, actually. I kind of like that. So I was about to say that they are channeling the second one, but there's massive interrupts. They should probably just like talk a little bit more, but this is delaying everything. And, well, it helps for now them to get level 10. We have now 7-sided strike, Mosh Pit, Ring of Frost, the Death March, well, not quite yet, the March of the Black King and the Ultimate Evolution, taken for Uberim and his team, for Euronics. But TeamLiquid, they have their rogue abilities as well, and that tribute is still on the map, so now they can actually fight for it. They delayed it for long enough. They lost a few of the structures in the mid lane here, of course, the towers, but now Shadowstalk is being used. We're seeing Thrall with a Sundering. We also have, at the same time, Sanctification, Avatar, and Wailing Arrow chosen. And here they start moving in again, and this is looking pretty strong for TeamLiquid right now. This is a chance that they have there, behind in experience a bit, but they have the level 10s. Mid-game has started, and that's, of course, what they've been waiting for the entire time. They can now combo a lot of this stuff off, especially Sanctification. And here already, 7-sided strike is hitting. Lucifron did not use the Sanctification. Great stun against 2, kill against Jaina. It could be 1 against Karazim as well. He stays alive. Juve dies first. Leoric is down once more. Uberim with a copy on Jaina is going to be stunned out any second now, and Gluhammer, he's body blocked here. They might be able to get the kill in, and it looks very much like ETC is really going to fall. Yes, indeed he is. Gerd wanted to go for Krolu too, but yeah, he doesn't get that kill yet. So now they have the tribute. It's 2 tributes against 1 in favor of TeamLiquid. They have a lead in experience that they took with this now too. And we're having at the top lane, Chris just pushing the lanes back. Abathur still soaking at the bottom. It's actually like really nice pushing potential that we have on his side now. The Ring of Frost wasn't even used during that last fight. Apparently Jaina didn't get the chance there. Wailing Arrow probably hitting her hard with that silence now. And of course, camps are also now taken on the map. So TeamLiquid, they find their stride a bit more. We have now 4 kills against 5. We have still the boss being checked out by that owl. Very important here, of course, to have that map awareness. It's one of the reasons why also Falset was banned out by Euronics. They just wanted to make sure that these bosses are not going to be dominated by one of the teams using that Mighty Gust. Another thing, of course, that we have to keep in mind when we're talking about boss fights, it's still that Holy Ground on Tyrael on level 16. It's a very annoying talent. If your opponent starts to move in and just drops that, you will be in a bit of trouble and you might lose it. So this is one of the things that they have to be incredibly careful with. I mean, for now, we're actually seeing over here already Get Amherd starting to rotate in again. Lowell and everybody else is also on their way to the tribute now. They're trying to make sure that they are going to get the curse, but yeah, with the attempt to take ETC down. Nice trap that they had, but here comes the copy on Jaina, so they're starting to use that. Juve is already in position. They are pushed back now, and there comes again the March of the Black King. Not really doing too much, but isolating Thrall with the rest of the team. He uses Sundering. They go for the kill against Jaina. Sanctification, so good on the side of TeamLiquid, but here comes that Mosh Pit. The stun is happening, and ETC might die. Oh, Abathur saves him, and the Owl of Gad is not reaching him in time. Once more, we have Leoric in the back lane. He went in with a Wraith Walk, so he does not have that left as an escape. Yeah, Juve is going to fall again, and that puts level 30 now into the hands of TeamLiquid with Imposing Will, a spell shield on Sylvanas, who went into the Barbed Shot on level 1. It's getting a bit more popular again in Europe. Normally we just see with the wind on the European server on the level 1 talent for Sylvanas, and Barbed Shot is something that is a lot more popular when you look at the North American scene. But today we've already seen that talent twice for TeamLiquid, and yeah, it's pretty strong. We have, of course, now the Overflowing Light as well. This is really where Tyrande is starting to gain a lot of healing power. Not only because of that talent, but also because we're having Empower and Pierced. Yeah, Juve lags, and really, that was kind of something that we already saw. I mean, you have 2-3 heroes attacking the fort, and also Krolo, and Juve is just standing there on his horse. That didn't make any sense whatsoever. But apparently he's back, and just in time. So I think they will allow him to move back here for a second. Level 13 talents are ready now for both teams. Icy Veins on Jaina. No Frost, no Ice Block taken. Krolu dashing away. Yeah, and Juve is helping him out to escape here. Well, I thought, but then Lowell moved in, and now Krolu is down, and they might get another kill here already. Great moves. TeamLiquid moving in again. They get their first kill against Karazim. Can they get more than that? It looks like they can. Yeah, without any Ice Block, Kraker has no chance of survival. Vortex barely escaping though on his Muradin, but now it looks like Leoric is also going to fall. Job well done. And we're having at the top lane still Abathur doing his thing. I have to admit again that this mule that he has is amazing for them, because he was able to heal so many structures, keeping that fort alive at the top lane. That really works for them. Bluehammer is trying to annoy TeamLiquid a little bit with his Abathur. Abathur, of course, on level 13 are also going into the Soma Transference, so that's the extra heals that you have with that as well. We're seeing the Crushing Hope now also taken, and again the Mule coming into play. Whereas we have on ETC, after he went into the loudspeakers on level 7, we now have the Spell Shield on level 13. So not going into that mini Relentless that he can use on level 7 and then going straight into groupies on level 13. ETC is one of the heroes where you have a lot of different builds that you can use these days, and that's exactly what he's currently doing here. Talking about healing power, 20,000 heals on the side of Tyrande. If you look at Karazim, he's at 27,000, but then again, that level 13 talent was just hit a few seconds earlier, and therefore, of course, the healing power of her will increase a lot, not only with the Shadow Stalk, but also then again with that cooldown reduction. Bosses are taken for both of the teams now. TeamLiquid is scouting that out with an owl that they just sent up all the way up to the top. And we're having down here, boss already taken. TeamLiquid should not be able to move to the top in time to really contest this one. So they are not even trying. They just like claim vision at the bot lane. They go for the watchtower here and try to take that. And we have everybody else just like moving around again, going for the camps. And TeamLiquid, of course, has a slight lead in experience. They're close to level 16 now. That would give them the extra talent. And they are currently attempting to use that to just take down those mercenary camps, get the 16, and then maybe push from there with that boss and, of course, Sylvanas. Sylvanas for pushing is so damn good. I mean, that trade, once again, the tower is disabled, and there they have them moving in again. Level 16 any second now. The stun, the push, Uberim is about to drop his Jaina copy. She's down, and that means that Abathur is now to jump in with Symbiote to help out. Down goes ETC, and Leoric is going to fall as well. Or is he? Oh, look at that. He keeps him alive. Abathur keeps him alive for a second, but not for long. Everybody dying. Abathur the only survivor. This is not only going to be key, guys. This is going to be core. They're going to go for it. They have everything they need. They have the level 16 talents right now. The GG already called. TeamLiquid is going to move forward to the finals. They will play in the finals of the Enter the Storm Euro qualifier. Great plays here by them. Very, very well played. And they take down Euronics in the semi-final and advance to the best-of-3 series in the grand final.
And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on Khaldor TV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Khaldor TV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.